The second day of the latest championship match at Taunton emphasised two things. One, that cricket is an extraordinary game, and two, that this Taunton wicket is just too good for batting. It was a day to be remembered for Murray Goodwin, who began it by going to his first 100 of the season, made from 134 balls. Sussex had restarted on 326 for 3, knowing that there was still plenty of runs in this wicket, and their target would have been to post a very big score and try to bowl Somerset out twice. The first part of that equation looked fairly simple, the way that Goodwin and Carl Hopkinson got going in the opening overs, as Hopkinson showed as he cruised to his 50 on a day in which the batsmen were to raise their bats an awful lot. Next to do it was Goodwin, after reaching his 150. Hopkinson has done well in converting 50s into 100s this summer, and he looked set to do so again in what was turning out to be a quite incredible partnership. Somerset did miss their chance as Waller dropped a sharp catch off his own bowling to remove Goodwin. And that was not good news as far as Somerset were concerned, as the Zimbabwean decided to attack the leg spinner with some magnificent shots. It was becoming more like a 2020 match. Goodwin eased his way to his double 100, coming off 254 balls, an extraordinary effort considering he'd scored only 282 championship runs in all of his other innings this summer. The hitting was by now relentless, and Hopkinson was next to celebrate reaching his three figures for the third time this season with a glorious drive, this one coming off 126 balls. The rate of the scoring was getting silly as both batsmen were seeing the ball as if it was a block of flats. Goodwin made it to 250 for once not bothering to hit the ball to the boundary, something he'd done 34 times along with 3 sixes at this point in his innings. On and on the pair went. 170 runs came in the first session, but the second was getting out of hand. Goodwin passed the cumulative total of all of his other championship innings this summer by going to his 300, the second time a triple ton has been scored at this ground this summer. It was a huge surprise when Errol Sapire got one to turn to bowl Hopkinson for 139, but his partnership with Goodwin had realised 363 runs in just 59 overs. Dwayne Smith missed out by also being bowled by Sapire for only 4, but the score was by now at 680 for 5. Goodwin was closing in on his career best score of 335, a remarkable achievement in his 428th first-class innings. He soon passed that to finish on 344 not out, amazingly from only 351 balls, as Michael Yardy declared on a huge 742 for 5 at tea. So the scene was set, time for Somerset to bat for a very long time. 593 were needed just to avoid the follow-on. But Marcus Trescothick and Sapire have enjoyed batting at Taunton this season and have already got their side off to some flying starts. With the new ball doing next to nothing, there was no reason to suspect that they wouldn't be adding to their list of good opening partnerships here. Sapire was first to his half-century as the 100 stand was reached, Sapire's 50 taking 62 balls. Trescothick wasn't far behind. It was the 10th time in this incredible day that a batsman had raised his bat to the crowd. Boundaries continued to come thick and fast before the close of play. There were 24 fours and this 6 in Somerset's score of 126. That's 108 runs out of 126 for naught in boundaries. It was a day in which 102 overs were bowled and 543 runs were scored. For the bowlers, the news was less good, as only 2 wickets were taken all day.